The Reaper beast roared from less than 50 feet away, the jaws of its crocodilian head billowing steam into the crisp spring air as its twin sets of eyes filled with rage. It beat the chest of its baboon-like body in a challenge, and my flame stirred slowly in response. It wasn't an awakened Reaper beast like I'd hoped, but it was a big one, standing at least 2 stories tall and as wide as a house. Not the strongest thing in the world to me right now, I thought as I readied my axe and phalanx glaive. But it'll have to do. I was on a short timeline, and every minute would count. Settling into a semi-meditative state, I split my consciousness and focused on the 2 spectral forms in my mind's eye. On one side was the familiar red-hued body of the demon that was my alter ego, the personification of my demon, beast, and giant forms combined. It was a fearsome-looking creature at over 12 feet tall, bull's horns, fangs, claws, and a demonic visage that just barely resembled my own. In stark contrast, the blue-hued struggler that stood opposite him had a face and form that resembled mine in every detail. They both looked back at me expectantly, mentally urging me to pick one of them to embody with my inner soul projection technique. But I wasn't after that today. I'd already mastered inner soul projection over the last 2 months and was chasing the next ability on the cultivation tier, secondary soul germination. But for that, I needed to know exactly what my secondary soul was. I had but an inkling, one that I hoped today to prove true. Except there was only one problem. I had no clue how to do it. What do I need to do to combine you 2 numbskulls? I thought, looking at the both of them. Was it even possible? Before I could get another thought out, the Reaper beast let loose a final roar and began to charge, shaking the ground like an earthquake. And this was the scenario I'd been gunning for, but now it was beginning to feel like a bad idea. For weeks, I'd been trying to advance to the 9th tier of the core realm to germinate my secondary soul, which, by my research, should be the culmination of the demon and struggler forms in my split spirit combined as one. But so far, I wasn't having much luck. The panic of a Reaper beast bearing down on me was the catalyst I thought might lead me to a breakthrough, but all it seemed to be doing so far was make the demon leer at me while the struggler pointed in the direction of the beast with concern. Idiots, I thought. All 3 of us were, the 2 images in my mind being mere mirrors of my inner self. "Come on!" I shouted out loud. "I need the full strength of the demon as well as the struggler to kill this thing. Combine, you 2! Do something!" They stared back at me and shrugged. I considered jumping into the demon form and then trying to summon the struggler thereafter, but I'd done that once before and nearly lost my mind. Way too dangerous. Perhaps the only way around instead.
"Max!"
The call came from Fia, who'd come to act as my safety net. Her gorgeous face was creased with worry as she hovered in midair 30 feet off the ground. Her robes billowed with the power of the chi technique that held her aloft as 3 Jian blades hovered about her in a defensive formation, ready to act on my command.
"I think you're the one that needs to do something now,"
she shouted. She was right. The Reaper beast was nearly on top of me. Damn it, I thought. No time left now. I entered the form of the struggler and used my inner soul projection to manifest a ghostly image of him outside my true body. In my mind's eye, I tried to dive inside my demon form next, but the hulking beast merely folded his arms and turned his back to me as if insulted I hadn't picked him first. The result was me doing absolutely nothing as the beast snapped me up inside its car-sized jaws.
"Max!"
Fia cried and began laying into the creature with beams of radiant light shooting from her palms. But that did little to deter it as the monster began to savage me in its jaws, whipping its head from side to side like a dog chewing his favorite play toy. For me, it turned my world into a roller coaster ride that I couldn't wait to get off. Frenzy cycled through my meridians, bolstering my steel skin and steel core techniques, preserving me from being punctured by its razor-sharp teeth and crushing jaws. Still, I let the desperation of the predicament steep inside my mind and urged the demon to grant me his strength and merge with my projected struggler form. The idiocy of the idea irritated me, and I finally gave up on my little experiment. Wrath of 1,000 slain souls! Bolts of blue lightning ripped from my body as I enunciated the technique, sending the Reaper beast convulsing and howling in pain.
Para seguir escuchando este audiolibro gratuitamente, haz clic en el enlace de la descripción y podrás escucharlo completo sin coste gracias a la prueba de 30 días de Audible.